Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Enter the manosphere.
Of course. How can I assist you today?
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
That just sounds like way too much. I'm not doing all that. I don't even want to make conversation with a woman.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Today's video, pure gold. Shout out to Marshall Brockway for putting words to what many men are silently feeling. Link to the full video is in the description. But we're not just watching this, we're breaking it down. So if you disagree, cool, drop it in the comments. We'll be there because that's what the Manosphere is about. Calling out BS and having real convos. Let's jump in.
Why, bro? Why? Why do you want a woman? They're exhausting, bro. They are exhausting. Women are they're just too much, bro. They're just too much. They're not worth, I just don't think they're worth it anymore. Were they ever worth it? Maybe. But I don't think they're worth it no more. Or maybe it's just me, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't want to do, if all this stuff is true about what women want.
If you are getting bare minimum, if you are literally getting low effort dates, if he's not giving you princess treatment, spoiling you, telling you how obsessed he is with you every single day, then you're doing something wrong.
I'm not doing all that, bro. I'm not doing all that. I don't need to go do all that. There's a lot of dudes that want to go do all that. They want to go and hustle and grind and wear all the outfits and buy all the nice cars and start all these businesses, get all these degrees and get this high-paying job and move up and shark this and shark that, and you're just get the hot women and take them places and do all this stuff. Man, that just sounds like a lot of work. That just sounds like way too much. I'm not doing all that. I don't even want to make conversation with a woman. That's step one. That's step one. Forget about the 50 other steps. Forget about the cars and the trips to Europe. Forget about the making money and forget about the moving up to a management position, bro. I don't even want to talk to a woman. Because they're just, you ever talk to them, bro? There's just, I feel like I've talked to all of them. I've had every conversation and it's just, and they play so many games. I'll just sit there, I'm just like, yeah, you're just gonna play games. Yeah, just go ahead, play. Just play your games. Just play your games.
Boom! You can feel the exhaustion, not just from one woman, from hundreds, from apps, DMs, dry convos, ghosting, games, and let's be honest, endless ego inflation. Modern society has accelerated the male burnout timeline. You used to get married at 25 and figure it out. Now you're 25, swiping right on women who think they deserve a luxury vacation for just showing up. And yes, women are women first. Patterns emerge, the same games, the same tests, the same prove your worth to me energy. And eventually you hit a wall mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
And what is a backup plan? It means you have someone on the back burner.
So a
like
specific person
a
they've
specific
identified.
person that they've identified, and in most cases it was either an ex-boyfriend or an old friend who never made it to the dating category. And the problem is social media has just made it too easy to have such a type of behavior.
Exhibit A. She's not talking to someone. She's talking to several someones. You're option 3 on a Tuesday. But sure, keep trying to impress her with your Spotify playlist and your good morning texts.
Yeah, just try to act like you're somebody you're not. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll have this conversation with somebody who's not even real. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you want me to text you because then you can play some games, time delay, all this stuff. Like, it's just, I'm not. Who's doing this, bro? Who's doing this today? Who's doing this? I want to know. Somebody comment down below. You doing this, bro? You doing this? You doing all this? Really? Really? Who's doing all this, man?
This is why PUAs get roasted. Not because the info is all bad, but because at the end of the day, it's all still a damn game. Texting strategies. Wait 23 minutes before replying. Don't double text. Mirror her energy. Use this opener. Avoid that topic. Bro, stop. That's not game. That's performance art. PUAs say it's just a numbers game. Cool. But ask yourself, why are we playing games at all?
What?
Because being genuine doesn't work. Because showing interest gets you ghosted. Because in today's market, validation is currency. And men are expected to spend it just to get a maybe. It's still dancing for female approval. Only now, it's got a fresher fade and a nice cologne. So yeah, some dudes check out. Because no matter how clean your game is, you're still playing on her court, by her rules. And guess what? She's the prize. You're the entertainment.
If I have a woman, it's gonna be because I didn't do to get her. That's the only way a woman's coming in my life. Poof, she just appears. She's on the couch knitting and she's got something cooking. Cool. Did I do anything to get her? Not a damn thing. Don't even know how she got here. She's kind of hot, nice, sick. Stays quiet for the most part. They're just too much, bro. When you think about all the stuff you gotta do, I'd be seeing all my, I've seen my family, I've seen my friends, I've seen close relatives, and I've seen all this stuff that some people I've seen, their relationships kind of closely, and then just seeing what all these dudes are doing out there. You gotta go to games, and you gotta go on trips. And to get the woman in the first place, you got to go on dates, and you got to get on dating apps, and you got to get left on red about 1,000 times to just get one that's kind of mid, maybe like 5. She's like a 5 or 6, with a couple drinks in you. And then you're just kind of like, well, I've gotten left on red by 1,000 other women. So, if I can get some pussy with this, okay, I guess I'll have children. Like, if you can kind of laugh and you're not just absolutely terrible, then I guess I'll have children with you, and we can, I'll go and, I'll take you on all these dates, and we'll go to cafes and have little muffins and lattes in the morning on a Saturday morning, and go on little stupid walks and talk about bullshit. I ain't doing all that, bruh. I don't care. I've skipped that. I skipped it when I was like 24 or 23. I think I saw, holy shit. I think something in me just clicked, and I was like, holy shit. It's all just bullshit all the way up to, maybe I can just skip all that. Then when you skip all that, there's nobody for you.
Facts. Relationships today are 90% romance, 10% responsibility. And you know what they say? No romance without finance. That's right. Your entire job is to constantly entertain her. Take her here, buy her that, plan this, surprise that. If you're not actively making her smile every 4 hours, you're not trying. And the cherry on top, you're not even appreciated for it. You're expected to do it because that's what a man does. That's why the golden rule for these I deserve princess treatment types is simple. Find a man with a provider mentality. Translation, find a man to drain.
What chick's just coming in here and like, what do you do for a living? I pull equipment upstairs. In really cold weather and hot weather, all sorts of traffic conditions, all sorts of crazy stuff going on. You make good money? Not really. Okay. Sure. I'll date you. I'll be quiet. I'll be intellectual. I'll have a good conversation with you. I'll tell you good things about yourself. I won't nag you. I won't try to control you. I'll just kind of let you be you. I'll just kind of love you for you. Who's that? Nobody, bro. Ain't nobody out there like that, bro. But because I'm not going and doing all the stuff. I don't need to reach. I don't care about making money. What is money, bro? You think, oh yeah, you'll be enough when you get the money, and then you get that car, and then that car, and then you get a house, and you get a bigger house, and you get a hot girl, and you get a hotter girl, and then you get a hotter girl. It's like, where does it end, bro? And they all suck at that level anyway, because they're all just like material, superficial people. They're just in it for status, and most of those women are just on the phone, just scrolling. What can you do for me? It's all about, bro, I'm watching the Madrid Open right now. It's a tennis tournament. Apologies about the sirens out there. But it's a tennis tournament. There's chicks that are courtside with these like rich ass dudes. They probably all go to Real Madrid games. They're probably just super wealthy. And like, they're just courtside, beautiful women. And they're just like taking pictures of the players. They're like, they're updating their Instagram stories, obviously. Update the Instagram stories, Snapchat, all this stuff. Take picture of the player, take video of the player. Instagram, they're not even watching the match, bro. They're not even watching the match. If a girl sitting next to me was doing that, I'd take the phone out and just throw it in the middle of the court. Like, what are you doing? Like, Lorenzo Musetti and Jack Draper are playing. Like, have some respect. Do you know what you're watching right now? You're watching two of they're just at the prime. They're peak. They're 23. They're just coming up. They're really good. Have some respect. Nobody cares about your Instagram story.
This is pure gold. Because guess what? She's not with you for you. She's with you for what you can do. And unless you're flexing like a rapper or living like a baller, she's not interested. That's why she's at the NBA game, not the WNBA game. It's not about love, it's about clout. She doesn't care about sports. She cares about how she looks in that sweet box for her next Instagram story. Most women today aren't into real convos. They're into attention, validation, and aesthetics. And you wonder why PUAs tell you to avoid deep convos, because the second you start talking about things you like, engines, philosophy, tech, grind culture, her interest level flatlines. Harsh truth, if most women didn't have punani, most men wouldn't even bother.
But you can't do nothing with these women, bro. They're just awful. They're just ghouls. They're just, yeah, bro. And you gotta work so hard to get those ones. That's the biggest joke of all. You gotta work harder than anything that you've ever done as a man. You gotta go out there, you gotta hustle. You gotta pull 17-hour days, just back to back to back to back for years on end and kill yourself and get this side hustle going, this business going, and don't worry about this, you know, getting all this advice on Twitter, all those Twitter advice coaches that are just garbage. Make all this money in this amount of time and driving all nice cars and stuff. You do all that just to get crap women that are just into, that's what they're attracted to. They're into that. I ain't doing all that. Like I said, I'm not even doing, for the life of me, I can't bring it on myself to, like if I struck it up with a chick, right? And we were like really hitting it off, I'd be thinking like, yeah, this is good, but like eventually I'm gonna have to take you, like the obvious next course of action would be like to take you on a date and stuff, and I don't want to do that. But like it'd have to be some chick that just is like real from the jump, who's like, there's no bullshit. You're just like a real human being in front of me. And you're just, it's, you know, it's almost like, can I just be quiet and just suck? Like, yeah. And, you know, I'm not gonna tell you anything about myself that's like fake. Like, I'll just tell you all the bad things about myself. Cool. But hopefully it's not a lot of bad, though. Is there a lot of bad? Well, it's kind of, maybe not. You know? It's like, where's a chick that's just like chill, healthy, balanced, no trauma, hasn't been ran through about 50 times, isn't really into money or status or prestige, kind of just wants kind of a dude that's just kind of chill, has a good head on his shoulders, just kind of values the simple little things in life, not really trying to do all that much. You know, he kind of just is good with himself, just kind of like chill, like good within himself. Where's that chick?
Hate to break it to you, but modern society doesn't produce wives. It produces entitled consumers with backup plans and government safety nets. The helper is dead. The helpmeet is dead. The wife is extinct. She's not being raised to support a man. She's being raised to replace one and still expect one to provide. Why?
Why?
Because modern women have two daddies, the government and those black belts in simjutsu in their DMs. That's why you need to stay on your purpose, because the woman, she was never the first priority. She was meant to be a helper on your journey, not the destination. If she's not building with you, if she's not bringing peace and value, she's for recreational use only. And that's not bitterness, that's boundaries. Let me know what you think in the comments. Agree? Disagree? Drop it below. We're in there with you. And remember, a checked out man isn't broken. He's just finally seeing the game for what it is.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.